Hi there, it's Denise Beatty with the Fitness Fix. This is my pretend desk for the moment so you can get some ideas of how to really condition your muscles and help prevent fatigue while you're working at your desk. So first of all, keep in mind that if we're trying to hold perfect ergonomics, everything would be at 90 degrees, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your body's up, your elbows. So of course this table will be too high. And same thing when you're standing, you want to have the screen that you're looking right in the middle of the screen. So that's all fine, except for a lot of us are a little bit imbalanced when it comes to our visual systems, our inner ear, our vestibular. We tend to rotate to one side a little bit or tilt to a side. We don't have perfect muscle balance. To try to hold that is really difficult. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help you during the day to recondition some of those imbalances and to not fatigue as quickly. So when you're sitting, some little things you can do is you can sit up really tall, but you can actually turn your body to the right for a little bit. So you're holding the abs in, staying lifted from the breastbone as you're typing or working. You can even have your head this way and have your eyes tracking to the left a bit to work on that left tracking and peripheral vision. You might hold these 20 to 30 minutes, or you might even just hold for 5. Anytime you change is great. You could do the same thing to the other side, always keeping that balance. You can do things like slide one hip back a little bit, so I can push my right hip back and pull my right knee inwards a bit. I feel that side of my hip stabilizing. Then switch, so the left hip slides back and pulls in. This can just help condition deep pelvis muscles. You can work on pelvic floor work. I even like having one leg in front and one leg behind. So I kind of push forward with my left leg and I'm pushing gently with my right for a little bit. Same thing on the other side. You can also rotate your feet outwards and have them straight and also have them in. And as I'm turning my feet in, it's actually hard to rotate that shin bone in and keep my toes down. So I'm working my arches and my feet at the same time. So that's a few easy sitting ones. You can also even do little side bends where you just tip to the side for a few seconds, taking deep breaths, tip to the other side. It just really helps keep those ribs moving to keep those shoulders loose. One option for standing is to think about repeating everything that we did seated. So basically, you could stand, turn to one side for a little bit. You can even have your head turned slightly. Same thing on the other side. I really like the one leg in front as well. You can actually feel like you're pushing your legs apart or pulling together, holding those abs in. Same thing on the other side. You can have your legs turned out. They can be apart or together. You can have them straight. You can have them turned in, and turning in, you actually work from that hip joint. So you're working on that internal hip rotation and through the hips. Just remember while you're standing to gently lift pelvic floor and try to have the hips underneath a bit so that bowl of water, that's your pelvis, is nice and neutral. You're not tipped forward or tipped under too far. Find that center and lift from the breastbone. So no matter what, have this stuff lifted and you can change all of these positions. So you can play with it. You can also shift into one hip for a little while, then the other hip, and you can push out. So see how I'm pushing out with my right leg, then push out with the left. So I want you to have all these little tools of how to keep changing positions, turning out, shifting to the other side, all these little things that I showed that can help you during your workday. So I want you to stay really strong, keep that rotation healthy, keep those hips healthy, and you're gonna have a way better day with a lot less fatigue and more muscle conditioning. I hope this helps and that this makes your workday a little better. Take care.